Well, good morning. Here we are. What day is it? It's Thursday, right? It's Big Dave here from Mad Rock and Zach from Katy Country. And as you can see, Zach actually left the house and went up to the radio station.
Yeah.
I was having none of that. And so I did my show from my living room this morning. So that's why I'm sitting here. And
Don't
that's why it
blame
sounds
you.
funny. That's why my show on Mad Rock this morning sounds funny, because I use this microphone instead of my normal studio microphone. This is like a gaming mic.
I would not get out in it.
Dude, I saw the pictures. In fact, why don't we share some of the stuff that you did? Because here's the thing: Zach lives like 35 feet from the radio station. So
I actually live out next to the dumpster over here at the One Grand Center.
Yeah. Sometimes in the dumpster, just depending on what kind of day he's had and whether Jenny puts him out there. But you don't sleep in a doghouse because you don't have a dog, so you have to sleep out in the dumpster. But
exactly.
But what we do is I live significantly further away, so it was like whenever we have these kinds of things, it's like, why don't, Zach, if you can make it, fine. I'm not even going to try. I'm just going to be doing this from my house.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, and you do live further than I do, so I'm right down the road. But I'm about to sneeze, so just
the
let
technology.
You know
and I posted this up on Facebook and on Instagram yesterday. The picture of my equipment, like how do you put a radio station studio in the trunk of a car, like this? Because like technology has changed a lot. Because this is like my 27th, 28th year in radio. So when we started, it was like reel-to-reel tape decks and Marty's and all this stuff. And now, thanks to technology, the same kind of stuff that kids have to use to do their virtual learning now. That's basically the same kind of stuff we use to do these live hits, right? But here was something that you recorded this morning, and I watched that, and it just made me cold. Now, I don't think you can hear the audio from it when I play it. I don't think that works, but you just see. Now, this is out in front of the One Grand Center building where our radio station studios are. And you can just see the wind blowing. Like, you can't hear that audio, right? I hear it because it's on my... Okay, yeah.
No, I don't hear it, but that
but it made me cold.
Is
like watching
around
that.
Like crazy.
Yeah.
It's cold.
Windy, cold, disgusting, nasty.
Yeah. It's just one of those things that there's a lot of schools that are closed today.
A lot? That's an understatement.
Yeah. It'd be easier to name the schools that are not closed.
Yeah.
But I think everybody is closed or virtual learning. But yeah, if you don't have to get out in it, don't do it.
You posted this up on the Mad Rock page. Thank you for that, and also on the Katy Country page. So if listeners want to go and because it's one thing to watch the flag, but when you hear the flagpole squeaking the way it feels, I mean, it sounds like it's about to like break in half, and just that wind blowing. It is absolutely insane. I highly recommend you go and watch that video. It will make you cold just watching it. I mean, it's crazy.
If you're not cold already,
yeah, it will definitely make you cold. Now, here are some pictures that you posted. Now, I'm assuming this is like all the way from your house to the radio station?
Yeah, I went a different route today just because I wanted to get like some areas that folks would, see and be familiar with.
Yeah.
This is over near what I like to call Albertson. I don't like to put an S at the end of it just because it's funnier that way. Right. But so it's over in that area in that Lone Star gas station. Yeah. So that would be Taylor and Travis Streets.
Okay. It doesn't. Now, did your car move around much?
Not too bad.
Yeah.
But I didn't want to risk it, so I just, still was going pretty slow. Yeah, there's that Lone Star gas station right there.
So here's what stood out from this picture. It's like it wasn't even the road, wasn't the Valero sign. It was the fact that your mirror is still completely frozen. Like you can't even see out of your mirror.
Yeah. Yeah, so I was about to turn right, and as soon as I took the picture, the light turned green. That actually got me a couple of different times. I was like, man, people probably think I stopped in the middle of the intersection to take this photo, but no, it just turned green when I took this photo. But yeah, this is Taylor and Travis Street.
Sorry, these pictures are making me cold. I need some coffee. Hold on.
Yeah, I know, right? You're not wrong about that. Man.
Let's see. Next up, I guess this is just going straight down that street.
So this one, I was tempting fate and placing my phone outside of my car
on ice.
As I was going about 5 miles per hour.
Sherman PD, forgive him.
Yeah. Shout out to Sergeant Brett Mullen. And so, no, I came to a complete stop as soon as I was starting to turn there. Nobody around me. Did this obviously safely. And I wanted to do this before I got to the bridge up there. But yeah, as you see, you saw the bridge. I went over the bridge. Didn't have any really too many problems over the Highway 75 bridge there right by the brand new bank on Taylor Street.
Yeah.
This one's over by, I believe it's Kroger. It's the grocery store there. Kroger.
Planet Fitness and all that?
Yeah, Planet Fitness. Yeah. And so this was at that light, which I think is Loy Lake and Taylor Street. And at the same light. And of course, the light got me again as I took this photo and it immediately went green. But yeah, as you see, it's just covered. There's not a lot of people out there. This is Texoma Parkway. Yeah. Now, as you see right there at the bottom of the photo, there's some ruts right there. Now, that is the slick stuff. So I'm wondering, once you start getting some folks that are starting to brave it.
I hope they don't.
Yeah. Now we got Stephanie here. Stephanie, I will say the roads are slick. So I don't want to make it seem like that the roads aren't bad.
It normally, so let's put it this way. It normally takes Zach like 4 minutes to get to the radio station. It took him an hour and a half this morning. So
yeah, it wasn't that long, but it definitely.
Yeah, it wasn't a quick trip.
Longer.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think my normal. I think I was probably going no faster than 10 miles per hour and was able to get to the station. Now, this picture will throw a lot of people off here, because if there's a threat of snow within a 72-hour period, they go ahead and close down the Grand Avenue Bridge. But I wanted to get a photo of that, because anytime that there's a threat of freezing precip, they go ahead and take care of that. And also the Hospital Hill Road over by WNJ, they do the same thing.
Better safe than sorry, though. Being proactive,
sure.
rather than reactive. Yeah.
So
back to anyway.
So Dave, I actually talked to Stan on the air this morning, and Stan was saying pretty much the same thing. If you don't have to get out, don't do it. But if you do have to get out, just go incredibly slow, and you will be okay.
Hopefully,
yeah. So, but obviously, travel is highly discouraged, especially in the construction zones on Highway 75 in Sherman, which. That's funny that it's yellow, because earlier, Dave, in that construction zone between 82 and 1417 on Highway 75, it was red.
Yeah. And it probably will be again. I mean, because it's only like 7 o'clock, right? So it's not like, and we'll talk about that in a second. But first off, I want to thank in advance, like we posted on our Facebook yesterday, the utility crews who've been out already all night, emergency responders, road crews, law enforcement who are all out there.
Yep.
Working on behalf of us to try to keep people safe, or if they get in an accident, deal with that kind of stuff. But one of the things that we tend to look at whenever we have things like this are some of these resources to see what the speed limit or what the speed is currently on some of the roads that we tend to travel. So this is Highway 75 from basically Denison to down to Howe. And it just sort of shows you, and it's got some pictures here and there. So like if we wanted to look at one of the pictures. So here's US 75 and Loy Lake Road, according to the Texas Department of Transportation. And so you see very little.
Yeah, that's looking towards Sherman Commons.
Yeah.
It's over by the town center right there. Oh, and I have to do a radio break, so I'll talk to you in a second, Dave.
Okay. All right. I'll kind of go over this. So it just kind of tells you how fast people are going or how slow people are going. When we have accidents and stuff like that, it's a good idea, too, to be able to look this up. But it just sort of shows you, Highway 69, people are going about 45 miles an hour, if that. And that's probably some of the faster people. A lot of people are going way slower than that. And the law enforcement is expecting you to go a lot slower than that. This is just some of the examples about how fast some of the folks are going. But a lot of times we can look at pictures. Fallon Drive, 691. No picture available right now. Not always pictures available. Not there either. But it usually takes them 3 or 4 or 5 times. Just not this morning. I guess the ice isn't really impacting the ability of the Ford to take pictures of some of the roads. But I mean, especially if you're like heading down into the Metroplex, it'll be able to show you like the 121 in Melissa. Got some issues there. People going really, really slow. But again, they're recommending that you go slow. So don't get in a rush. We just use this as a resource to see kind of what's going on, and especially whenever there's a report of an accident. It's the same kind of information you can get on your phone. We just look at it for a little more detail. Jolena, you stay warm too. Now, one of the big things, Zach, is power outages.
Yeah.
I've seen a lot of people posting about power outages across the area. So I brought up some of the maps and things for some of our services. So here's Encore talking about some of the outages. So around Melissa, over to Bonham, and you can go to these websites, stormcenter.encore.com, just to see. Now, obviously, not everything is going to be listed because some of them are new and some of them, they don't have a lot of information, like 13 customers affected right here.
Yeah.
In Sherman, it says 1 customer. Chances are it's a lot more than that. It's just one person has reported this outage, and so it's up on their map, and then they'll go and investigate and then report back to see what it is. Same thing in Denison. It just shows that 1 customer is affected, but I have a feeling it's more than that. Even over into Gainesville, same kind of thing. But whenever they have the big major ones, you can normally click on these. Like here, there's 1,465 people.
I wonder if that was the one that's affecting Whitewright.
Well, maybe, yeah. Well, that's a little further down south of Whitewright, but
okay, yeah, there was something that took place overnight that caused some power outages near Whitewright. I know Fannin County is getting hit hard with power outages. Dave, I don't know if I can share my screen real quick. I just wanted to show you.
Yeah, sure.
If I can,
remove
figure this out here. This is something the Fannin County Electric Cooperative put out a couple of hours ago, and this will kind of show you exactly what's taking place over in Fannin County.
Nikki, you stay warm and be careful and safe too.
Do you see that, Dave?
What's that? Wow. Can you scroll in?
Can I? Yeah.
And what is that? That's Fannin County?
Yeah, Fannin County Electric Cooperative. At this time, we have an estimated 5,500 members without power. Crews are still working, but in a situation with large-scale damages like this, it is almost impossible to know the full extent of the damage to the system until our linemen can see past the ends of their flashlights. So this was early this morning. So this was about 4:30 in the morning.
All right.
And yeah, so there's folks right now, especially in Fannin County. And I know we have power outages elsewhere, but
I've got a lot. I have more to share.
Okay, cool. Yeah.
Stephanie says, so coffee and nap time with the roads the way they are. Yes, Stephanie, if you can stay home and just coffee and nap, have at it. Please do that. She says, I think the roads will be worse once it melts and refreezes. And actually, Brian from KXII has said that the last couple of days, that the problem is like, even though the ice and stuff will stop, the problem will be is that, yeah, it'll melt a little bit, and then it'll refreeze again, and then it'll melt, and then it'll refreeze. And it's just going to cause the same problem for the next few days through, Saturday, I think is what he said? Yeah. Saturday morning. Yeah. Ashley says, good morning, fellas. Good morning, Ashley.
Hello, Ashley.
Needs to stay warm. Appreciate you guys logging on. And please, if you have questions or wondering about specific, because I've got all these things up, that's just Encore, but I also brought up OG&E.
Yeah.
Right now, they don't have a whole lot in our area that's listed, but I know that they've got quite a few of them.
Yeah.
Kind of hard to look
it's
through
just,
the map.
You're getting all this freezing rain and stuff and sleet that we got last night and this morning, and just collecting on the trees. And that's another thing too, is that we may actually have more power outages later today from the weight of these trees. They start to succumb to the sleet and stuff and all the ice that's accumulating. Then they fall on the power lines, and then they cause the issues.
Now, as we said a little while ago, Zach braved the roads, the 35 feet from his house to the radio station, and made it in okay, even though he had to go really slow to do it. I live significantly farther away. I didn't even bother. I just brought all the equipment that I needed to home with me, and so I did my show, doing the show live from my living room this morning. Due to the weather, thanks to technology. I mean, and the only thing that we talked about is like, okay, I'm going to do this, but as long as my power doesn't go out and my internet stays on, it'll be fine. I can do my show, but otherwise, not going to help much. Now, I also got GCEC, so they've got some major ones in their service areas. You can see here, 358 GCEC, primarily in the Van Alstyne area. They got some outages. The purple, I guess, is just one, and then you've got this one, 67, and it'll tell you. Now, all of these, you go to gcec.net/report-outage. The one I was just showing you for OG&E is outage-map.oge.com. The Encore one that we were looking at a little while ago is stormcenter.encore.com. And then we've also got this one. I was noticing some folks, some of my friends in southeastern Oklahoma were posting that their power was out. Man. So here, if you go to outages.oaec.coop/outages/maps, I know that's a long one. You can just search for it, though. But it'll show you here. So they've got almost 3,000 in Bryan County without power as part of the Southeastern Electric Cooperative. And then over in Choctaw County, about 107 consumers without power, about 92 from the Choctaw Electric Cooperative, and then from the Southeastern Electric Cooperative, about 15 there, and a few from Pushmataha County. Looks like
Dave, we really need to make sure that the power is on in the Tom Bean and Bells area specifically. For the radio.
But I can tell you that the power is not available in the Tom Bean area right now.
Oh, what about Kentucky Town?
Bells, we seem to be all right with.
Okay.
But one of our stations, KLAK, is currently off the air. We have Mad Rock and Katy Country currently on the air. Now, some of our listeners who may be like further out may be wondering, if they're listening on your radio this morning, is like, it seems a little staticky, a little less strong as normal. Well, when ice like this happens, since our towers are so tall, the ice like forms on the top of the tower, and we have to roll back our transmitter power to keep from like blowing the thing up or ruining our transmitter. So right now, Katy Country and Mad Rock are lower power than normal, but still broadcasting to our regular listening area. Just may not be as strong as normal. So we're still rocking, still playing the country, just maybe not quite as strong as usual. But you can go to any of these websites and check out some of the information about some of these outages. But yeah, I noticed that GCEC has some significant ones, especially in Collin County, and parts of southern Grayson County, where GCEC covers.
Hey, Dave, I'm actually about to do a live hit with Brian Briggs.
Oh, okay.
See if I can turn him up here and see if he'll give our Facebook Live a quick little weather update.
Yeah.
Now, please. Brian, I'm putting you on the spot here. I know you're about to go on the radio with me, but we're doing Facebook Live right now on the Mad Rock and Katy Country Facebook page. That's usually where it's at when they call it Facebook Live, just to let you know. But Brian, it looks like that we're starting to get some heavier sleet and snow that's moving into the Grayson and Fannin County area. What are you seeing?
Yeah, that's kind of the last little push of the precipitation, and I apologize if I have a little bit of a break in between words because there's a little bit of feedback. But yes, the heavier precipitation looks to be working in from the south, and this is kind of our last little gasp of this winter storm. The brunt of it is over. Hopefully that makes people feel a little bit better, but still, considering how iced over it is and how messy it is out there right now, well, we don't really need much more on top of what we've got. So travel is not going to be improving much, if at all, today. It's going to stay cold, just stay miserable. So I've been telling people all morning, if you don't have to be out and about today, just stay home. That's probably the best bet. If you do have to be out and about today, just take it very easy. The roads are not necessarily impossible, but they're very hazardous out there. And, it's just kind of one of those things that we just need to take it easy. So precipitation will continue in its rate, I guess, at lack of better terms, as we go to the next several hours. Hold on, I'm getting summoned. I'm going to probably have to go here. When do we have to do our live shot?
Okay, yeah.
Live hit?
Yeah, all right, yeah.
Go ahead and do that.
You may have to run the recorded thing. I'm being summoned.
Okay, that's fine. I'll talk to you later. Thanks, Brian. Appreciate you.
Okie doke.
Hey, we got a live one on the stream rather than on the air, I guess.
And that's the thing is, like, I texted him earlier, and I was like, hey, I just want to, I understand you got a job to do, and you're in severe weather mode, so
yeah.
I was actually shocked when he said he had to go, but apparently they were needing him to run and go do something, so right. Get him back on the air. They may be doing a lot more breaks on the television side, but we appreciate him giving us a little bit of a taste of what's happening. And that's one thing that I noticed, Dave, and you know me, I'm a weather nut. I was seeing that there was a lot more like heavier precip that were starting to move into like eastern parts of Grayson County, into Fannin County, where they're having a lot of traffic issues, or not traffic, but power issues. But yeah. And it looks like right now, actually, on the weather radar, there's a band of heavier precip near Tioga and Gunner moving to the northeast. So Howe and Sherman and Denison may be getting some more heavier sleet and snow.
Fun times. So again, we want you guys to stay safe, and hopefully you are. Don't leave unless you have to. I mean, the majority of the school, and we'll go over that here in a second, but the majority of the schools and stuff knew what was happening, right? So they weren't going to do this. Now, Cindy says here, the Grand Central Station, the soup kitchen is closed today. So they handed out sack lunches to people who needed it, homeless folks and all that stuff. So that was good news to be able to read. Now, unfortunately, a lot of the people who need it, the homeless folks, don't have a lot of places to go. Now, I was reading that some churches had set up some spaces and some there are other places to go. So hopefully they're out of all the weather. Hopefully. Now, again, you want to go through some of these websites to see what's going on if you happen to be without power, but you're watching this like on your phone right now. You can go to the stormcenter.encore.com if that's where you get your power from. You can go to outagemap.oge.com. You can go to gcec.net/report/outage. And if you're in southeastern Oklahoma there, part of the Southeastern Electric Cooperative or whatever, you can go there to outages.oaec.coop/outages/maps. Those are some of the options to see the current status of some of the power outages that are happening around the Mad Rock Nation and around the Katy Country listening area. Now, you'll be able to find, and probably you've already gone to our website or you've seen us post this up on our social media accounts, but we have the list of all the local schools and universities and stuff that are either closed and or doing virtual learning for today or tomorrow, or maybe just today, depending on how much information or how they made their decisions. But you can go to 931kmkt.com. You can go to madrock1025.com, and you can see those school closing lists listed right there. Now, there's like over 120 of them. Like the list is significantly long. And so if you want to go through there and not have to wait, you can just click on the website there to go to madrock1025.com, click on the school closings, and then you'll be able to go through the entire list. Now, we listed them mostly in alphabetical order, and a lot of them doing remote learning. Some of them are just closed. Some of them only made the decision to do remote learning and or close for Thursday, and they're going to wait to decide for Friday. Some of them just made the call that, hey, we're going to go ahead and close or go ahead and do remote learning on Friday too. So whatever information was provided to begin with, that's what you'll find on that list for the school closings whenever you go to the website and scroll through all of those. So let's see, what do we see here? Mel just posted Channel 12 is off the air due to technical difficulties. So yeah, Thanks, Mel. I appreciate that update since I'm not watching television and I'm sitting here doing this. But I mean, that's a problem. That's a problem for radio stations, problem for TV stations. The ice can cause some massive issues. And as I said, out of our 3 radio stations, Katy Country, Mad Rock, and KLAK, one of our stations, KLAK, is currently off the air because of technical issues, because of the ice, because of power issues and things like that, where their transmitters located. And even Mad Rock and Katy Country, they are at partial power. We're not at 100% power because the ice gets up on the top of our big giant towers and it causes problems. And so we don't want to burn out our transmitter. So we have to lower the power back to keep that from happening. Did you disappear? Where'd you go?
Dave, I consumed a lot of coffee this morning, so we'll just leave it at that.
Oh, I got you. I was just talking again about how ice, this kind of weather, impacts radio stations and TV stations, because our friend Mel mentioned that Channel 12 is off the air. That's probably why they were getting Brian to go, because a lot of times, what do we do whenever we go off the air? We end up going online.
Yeah.
We end up doing streams like this, or you can always listen to our stream even if our regular broadcast goes off the air. As long as we don't lose power at the radio station, that's a whole different issue.
Yeah.
I mean, so many things can happen during weather like this. We prepare as best as we can, and we just sort of have to ride along like everybody else, even with generators.
Yeah, for sure. And as I was making my way to the restroom facilities here at the One Grand Center, you could just hear the wind just whipping through.
Yeah.
I mean, it's absolutely nuts. The wind chill
I hear it. I hear the stuff like hitting my window here next to me, here in my living room.
Yeah.
I just hear it through my little mic, just kind of the crackling. I was like, did somebody get Rice Krispies? No, that's the ice outside.
Yeah, Rice Krispies. That's funny. Oh, that's funny. Oh,
but
man.
I was talking. Do you want to take turns talking about the schools?
Sure. I mean, we can.
I mean, we don't have to go through the entire list. I'm just saying, when you look at it, as I was explaining to the people who were watching, some of the school districts decided to go virtual learning. Some of them decided to only make a call for today, for Thursday, as opposed to making a call for both days. And then we had a lot of schools that just like, you know what, we're going to do virtual learning for both days, or we're going to do virtual learning or just be closed for the 2 days.
So I guess that means the traditional snow day is...
Yeah.
No more?
Yeah, that's something I actually wanted to talk about. And one of the other reasons I wanted to come on here and talk about this, because, I mean, I see the memes about it, but because of the way technology is and because of the pandemic that we've gone through, school has changed. So you don't get to wake up and automatically know that you're going to be off for a snow day. They may force you to. Now, let me ask you this, Zach. Who do you think hates that more? Do you think it's the kids that hate it, or do you think it's the teachers that hate the virtual learning on snow days?
I would say the teachers and parents, then the kids.
You think? Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm going with. That's how I'm ranking it.
No, I think it's teachers first, kids, then the parents, because the parents realize, oh, we got to set everything up and get them ready to go.
Yeah.
And then who knows? Maybe the parents have jobs that tell them they still have to go in today.
Yeah. Yeah, that's exactly
Not sure
right.
Why.
Then what are they going to do then?
Like law enforcement is telling everybody they need to stay home, but you got some of those bosses out there that's like, come to work. Come to work anyway.
Yeah,
but you can read through the listing of it. There's over 120 different schools and universities listed, by the way, on the list. So I actually did it. I did the entire list on the air. It was over 6 minutes going through. That's just reading the list. Like, that's horrible radio, but I know it's important for people because they need to be able to hear it. But 6 minutes of just listing schools, whether they're closed or virtual learning.
My goodness.
Yeah, but I mean, there's a bunch of them, and we don't separate by Texas or Oklahoma. We just try to put them all in as close to alphabetical order as we can.
There's a reason why that Dave is doing the list.
Yeah, and I can tell you, it's like
even
though I didn't go to the radio station, I still got up before 2 a.m. because this right here, this list takes a long time to put together. So that time then would normally take me to drive from my house to the radio station, I'm spending that time going through these and posting these lists on our 3 radio station websites. Yeah.
Cindy
Fun
Quick
times.
says they're not having water aerobics today,
I'd hope not.
which is a little disappointing because I was really looking forward to the water aerobic class
Are we
today.
doing like polar plunge water aerobics? Is that
Yeah.
what
Yeah. So.
Yeah. But there are all those schools. You can go to 931kmkt.com or go to 975klak.com or madrock1025.com and see that
Now,
list.
see,
It's
the great
same list on
folks
all three.
over at Callisburg ISD decided just to shut it down for the next couple of days.
They did. Yeah. Closed Thursday
Right,
and
you
Friday.
know what? We don't want to get folks out on Camp Sweeney Road trying to get to school or anything. We're not going to delay it or anything. We're not doing remote learning. We're not doing any of this. Okay, everybody,
So-
just enjoy your snow day, and then we'll just start it all. We'll try it again on Monday.
So this was funny to me. So the colleges that I've attended, Southeastern and Durant, they're closed today and tomorrow. University of Texas at Dallas, they're closed. SMU even in Dallas is closed. But my high school, Silo, they decided to do remote learning today. Go Rebels! They're rebelling against snow and ice. They're like, no, we have the technology now. We'll do virtual learning.
You know what's funny though is that there's probably a lot of school districts that went to remote learning that were probably like, hey, we got to do remote learning right now because we have no idea if there's going to be like another couple of days where there's snow and ice to where we actually need to do a snow day. But and then, you know, there may not be another day this winter where there's anything like this. So it's kind of you got to figure out exactly what you want to do.
So the funny thing is that I saw a lot of the schools as they were posting, they were like, considering that people may lose internet and power, we've decided to go ahead and close down.
Mm-hmm.
Like all the other ones are assuming that everybody's going to. So I'm wondering for some of these school districts, like whenever you start looking at this, so I'm hoping the kids who live in these areas, I hope they get a pass, right?
Yeah.
Like the OG&E folks or
the schools in Fannin County when it looks like the power outage map is like Armageddon.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm hoping that they're closed down or they make that change or whatever. But yeah, let's go back and let's get an update here on the road. See if anything's changed. Still a bunch of yellow, not a bunch of red. I expected way more red this morning.
Yeah, I will tell you, Dave, like this morning at about 6 o'clock, there was a lot of red in that construction zone in Sherman. Right. And I was like, man, this is going to be locked up in the next couple of hours. But considering it seems like the major thing that I saw, it was like in Carter County. And I want to say that
going over the Arbuckles, that's not a fun time right there. Look at that.
Yeah. Let me see if I can find that report so I can credit those people properly and not just blurt it out there.
All the Ardmore, it's all, not a good thing.
Let's see here. Where did that go?
While you're looking for that, we'll just watch the flag.
Okay. All right. So 4 hours ago, City of Whitewright put out on Facebook that they're aware of the transmission line that is down in the city of Whitewright. They have public works employees out driving the streets to make notifications as soon as possible and to clear roadways and fallen trees. Hotels in the area are booked with linemen from other areas and states to help our local crews repair lines.
Man, watching that video just makes me cold because I'm like watching the snow blow past the light down below at the bottom, and I'm just like, just looks freezing.
All right, so here we go. From OHP, all lanes of I-35 northbound between mile markers 44 and 46 in Carter County are closed due to several disabled semis and vehicles in the roadway that are unable to get up a large incline in the roadway due to current slick and hazardous road conditions in the area. That's from KXII. That was about an hour ago. Let's see if the all right, so don't have an update from the Southeastern Electric Cooperative that's located in Durant. But, they were having some power outage issues in, let's see, Colbert.
That's this one right here.
Where is it at?
That's this.
Yeah.
The Southeastern Electric Cooperative.
Yep. That's it right there.
Yeah.
Let's see if I can...
Yeah, you update all these and I remember back in the day, I mean, you had no idea what was going on, but now you got all this technology, you can at least find out what's happening.
Yeah, it's insane how technology has changed everything. Like you said, you being able to do your radio show from your house.
Right. But here's my question, I guess, is does it make it more frustrating? Like before, you just be without power, you'd call the line, you'd tell them, hey, they'd say they'd send somebody out, right? And you just had to wait. Here, now, you can watch these websites, and then does it make it more frustrating? Because you see that it either stays that way when you refresh it, or you see that the people around you that did not have power now have power, but you're the one that still has no power. Does it make it more frustrating for you, you think? Or am I just thinking too far into it?
Yeah, I guess so. I can see where you're coming from on that.
Little internet rage over,
Yeah.
why did those people get power again? I'm more important than them.
Daniel wants to know what's going on and how. Daniel, your caps lock is on, buddy.
That's all right.
Need to.
Let's see, and how.
I will be the first to say, anytime I have caps lock on, I just go ahead and write the sentence out. I just don't care. It takes too much time.
So I don't see anything specific, power-wise, for how. A little bit in Van Alstyne. Road conditions. Now, as of right now, not too bad.
We'll see how the click on some of those cameras.
Yeah, the cameras, for whatever reason, I think the ice is causing some issues for some of these cameras because they don't seem to have any pictures.
Well, that one's thinking about it, though.
It's trying, yeah. No.
Not going to happen.
Oh,
there you go.
There's Redden Road.
Look a little, looks like it's covered there, Dave, don't you think?
Yeah, I'd say. Yeah, I mean, the crews were out there treating the roads and everything, but even when they treat it, it's not gonna be perfect. Keep hoping that it'll show one of these pictures. Nope. Any more comments? Anything else? What have we not talked about? There, I don't even know what that is.
What's what?
That's Lambeth Road. It's just white nothing.
Yeah, it's probably facing towards the north where all the precipitation.
Well, it's starting to lighten up outside a little bit.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Just looking out here, the radio station starting to lighten up, which you think about is going to help some of these crews, some of the linemen that are out and about, just so that way they'll be able to actually see without just using a flashlight.
And the mile per hour that you see here, then what we're looking at, it's more of an average, like what people are driving. It's like an estimate based on as traffic passes by some of these sensors. And correct me if I'm wrong, Zach, but I think my understanding is that some big rigs, some trucks carry these sensors for the Department of Transportation too, that kind of help gauge the speed in certain areas.
Yeah, I think you're right. And so that's why you'll see that some of these, the mile per hour is a little lower too, because you got these big rigs and stuff are being extra cautious.
So since I live south of Sherman, right, I'll tell you one of the biggest reasons I didn't want to drive to the radio station is because of all those big giant hills on the south side of Sherman. That's really those are the areas. Like inside of Sherman, if I lived within the city limits, I don't think it'd been a big problem. But having to drive through that construction and or go up over those hills, like over where Texas Instruments and all that is, I have driven that too many times in bad weather and seen how those big rigs start sliding across the I'm just like, I don't want any part of that.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
My show from home.
I do not blame you.
Yeah.
I want to know who, let's see, will you go back to SIG Alert?
SIG Alert, yep.
And check out, what is it, Blue Flame Road? I think it's north of Sherman. See if you, is that, I guess that's the camera. Was that the camera for Blue Flame?
Fallon Drive, that's what it was showing.
Okay.
Hold on, let's try it again.
Maybe. I guess any of these cameras here,
They all seem to be having some issues. Can't get the 503 or 691. Yeah, Lloyd Lake seems to be the only one that's working properly, other than whatever that's looking at.
yeah. I think let's see here. Let's see. There was a report of something
There's
going
I-35
on the
Chisholm Road.
Yeah. There's a report of something going on just on the other side of the Red River into southern Oklahoma. From the Calera Police Department, jackknife semi northbound 69 at Loves and Colbert is partially blocking the roadway. But I don't know if you can see anything.
Yeah, I don't understand why, but there's like that whole section. I guess that's the construction area.
Probably.
That has no cameras or anything, but
some yellow right there.
Yeah.
Orange.
That's southbound.
Cannon Road.
Do you say northbound or southbound?
Yeah, it's northbound.
Oh.
It's just right probably not.
It's just not showing up on this.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know why none of those cameras are working. The ice just doesn't like it.
Yeah, for sure. Winter weather advisory.
So it looks like you got some problems between Van Alstyne and Melissa there. Somewhere in Anna, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
I guess that'd be GCEC.
I'm not really seeing a lot or anything in Hal. I'm not saying there's nothing going on, but
now that's good. I mean, the fact that for the people who are dealing with the power outages, I know it sucks, but I mean, we're not seeing the massive power outages that they were worried about because of the ice. Now, we still have the rest of today and then into tonight, the overnight hours for all that stuff to refreeze again. So we'll see what happens, but yeah. So there's that.
Yeah, there is that. So it's going to be it'll be crazy once you start getting more of the snow and sleet and all that stuff that's still falling. But I saw the National Weather Service said that they think things are going to start lightening up. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. I talk for a living. Around the midday time, so probably around noon is when we'll start seeing some of this stuff move around or move out of the area. And then after that, it'll maybe be the occasional snow flurry, or as I like to call it, Dave, flurryage.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, flurryage.
Very nice. Awesome.
Anyways. But yeah, so I guess just to wrap up here, Dave, the best bet is for just
stay home.
Stay off the road, stay home. Don't get out if you don't have to. If you do have to, go incredibly slow. And if you have a helicopter, it'd probably be better to take that than a vehicle. Probably not even a helicopter, honestly. Just stay home. And, you can listen to Katy Country and Mad Rock on your Alexa and on your Siri and all that. Listen to us up on our website, 931kmkt.com, madrock1025.com. Or if you are like me and you like the old-fashioned radio, you can break that bad boy out.
And we'll have an updated list of the school closings, because now a lot of the schools and universities have made the decision to already stay closed for tomorrow. Mm-hmm. But for all of those that only chose to announce for one day, we'll update the list for tomorrow up on our websites, so you'll be able to check them. And I typically, since I wake up so early, because I'm a weirdo, but just to make sure, because I want to get that list out there as quickly as possible, I typically have the list up by around 4:15 in the morning.
Yeah.
So that way, if you're one of those early risers and you want to see if whatever schools are closed or whatever, you'll be able to check the websites. to see right around 4:15 tomorrow morning. I should have those updated.
Yep, for sure. And
please be safe, people.
Yeah,
stay safe. Check on, since we do have a lot of the areas that do have some issues, especially in southeastern Oklahoma. If you have family members in those areas, call and check on them this morning.
Yeah, check on your friends in Yuba. Make sure they're okay.
Because I had to, as I posted on Facebook the other day, whenever all this started, the models started showing we were definitely going to get something. I called my dad, who lives in Ardmore, and is like, "Dad, are you ready for the winter weather?" And he's like, "What winter weather?" Because here's the thing. My dad is retired. He doesn't watch the news, which is weird for a guy his age. I figured he'd be on the news constantly, but he doesn't watch the Weather Channel. He doesn't watch the news. He's addicted to Netflix. That's what he does. So he didn't even know that the winter weather was happening until I called him and told him. So he was able to go to the store and get, and it wasn't bread and milk and stuff that he got. He had other things he needed to get, but he was able, because I called him last night before I went to bed, and he had it all. But just make sure that I was like, you have your blankets, you can stay warm, you got everything you need, all the food and everything, so he's good to go. But please check on your neighbors, your friends, your family who may be like that are disabled or maybe retired, not necessarily, not obsessed with weather and stuff like the rest of us are.
Yeah. Yeah, Dave, there was a lot of folks that were making some BEERUN yesterday. Try to get out in front of this winter storm.
All right.
Winter storm Eisenhower.
I like the Snotorious BIG. That's my favorite.
Yeah, I was really trying to make Winter Storm Eisenhower work, but I think a lot of people enjoyed Snotorious BIG more than anything. But that's totally fine. But I got a text from my gorgeous, way out of my league wife. Yeah. And she said the boys are awake and they're excited about making a snowman.
Cool. Looks like after you leave the radio station, the hour that it takes you to get to home, you'll be able to do a snowman.
Well, unfortunately, Dave, I'm going to have to stay at work longer, and there's going to be all the stuff we're going to have to do, and that's...
No, you can leave after you get off the air.
Oh, okay. Dang. Yes, thank you. Mm-hmm. You're the best boss ever.
There, Jenny, he has no excuse. So, thanks to everybody who watched our little live stream. Please stay safe, stay warm, all that stuff. No power in Ladonia. Yeah. Stay warm, guts.
Yeah, stay warm, guts.
Autocorrect?
I think that was supposed to be guys, but
guys, that's fine.
We do want your guts to stay warm too.
I'm going to warm my gut. Coffee.
Oh no, Dave. I'm out. I'm out.
We have to end. But I wanted to thank, let's see, all the folks who participated today. Let's see, Cindy, Jolena, Stephanie, Nikki, who else? Ashley, Stormy, Christina, Mel, Cindy again, Christina, Daniel, and Carl.
Do you think Silo's going to close down their school tomorrow, Dave, because you called them out and said the whole virtual learning thing?
No. They're going to do it just to spite me now.
Yeah.
That
kids are going to school tomorrow because of Big Dave from Mad Rock.
Yeah. I don't care that guy went to Silo. I don't care if he was a rebel. We're going to rebel, and we're going to make our kids do virtual learning. We're going to make our kids hate us. Even though all the schools around us are out of school, they don't have to worry about it. We're going to make our kids hate us. I'm just saying. Oh, Melinda has a question. Zach, I'll let you answer before we leave.
How are the roads? Travel is highly discouraged, Melinda. So don't get out if you don't have to.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty much what it is. I did make it to the radio station this morning. I went very, very slow and was able to get here, but I also don't live that far away from the radio station. So when your commute is 35 feet, like Dave and I discussed earlier, it's a little easier for me, but I think we're based off the radar, it looks like we're about to get a heavy band of sleet and snow.
Did you say sleet, or is it just gonna be snow this time?
The
Is that on
radar,
KXI? Can I bring that up?
I mean, yeah, it's actually on Brian's Facebook page. Let's see if I
can bring up the.
Brian starts with a B, right?
Yeah. I'm just going to bring up KXI's website here. Switch it to future.
All right. Oh, that was his voice. That was his voice. All right, you want me to bring this up?
Yeah.
This is let me credit him. Yeah. Share screen. Sorry, I'm talking out loud. All right, can you see that, Dave?
Not yet. There it is.
Okay. All right, so this was just a little bit ago. And as you can see, this is radar, and see that there's a pocket right here in southwestern parts of Grayson County that's moving northeast. So that's blue, but seems like a lot of this has been sleet and snow. But definitely around McKinney and southeastern parts of Grayson County and the western part of Fannin County right there, seeing some sleet, some mixed precip.
And it'll continue through early afternoon, it looks like. Then it'll clear out.
Dave, why didn't we I could have logged in on this on my phone and went outside. Maybe you want to do that?
Yeah, we'll end that way. You want to do that?
Okay. Hang on.
Don't fall on your butt, please.
Oh, yeah. I'm definitely going to do that. That'd be funny. All right, let me make sure I did this right here.
So Brenda says that she's retired, staying in. Smart move, Brenda. My dad's doing the exact same thing.
Mm-hmm.
Not that he has much of a choice, but yeah.
All right. Let's see. It's now Zach Cam. You got me?
Yep.
Okay. All right.
You need to trim your nose hairs.
Yeah. I wonder if I can.
Yes, Carl, it most certainly is.
Can I turn this around the other way?
Yeah, you should be able to.
I'm just trying to figure out how to do that. That's not it. Nope. All right, this is working out well. I'm trying to turn this around here, but are you gonna get like sick to your stomach, like car sick?
No, I think we'll be all right. Are you connected to the Wi-Fi?
Probably.
We may lose you on your way downstairs. He's frozen at this point.
You got me now?
Ah, there you are.
Okay. So I'm about to go outside, and y'all are going to hear the wind, and we'll see the current conditions. I probably won't talk much, Dave, because you may not be able to hear me.
Can you flip your phone the other way? How are you doing it? Yeah, that way we can see it. That
Like that?
I think. Yeah, we'll just see if it looks better
I'll turn
outside.
it around, so that way you can see. All right, hang on. We're going outside here.
Careful.
All right, so here's the steps.
Okay.
We'll,
Be careful.
Yeah, so Dave, right? Oh my gosh, that is definitely sleep because it's hitting my bald head. That is definitely sleep. So yeah, this is ooh. Oh. So we got sleet and snow that's falling. It seems to be mainly sleet because it's hitting my head. So that's what's happening here.
Did the wind tear up the Texas flag?
Yeah, it looks like the Texas flag has been tore up by the wind.
We need to contact building management so they can fix that.
I didn't hear what you said, Dave.
Oh, I said we need to contact the building folks to let them know they need to take that flag down and get a new one up there.
Yeah, we'll definitely do that. But yeah, it's definitely
Wow.
sleep, Dave. That was hitting my head.
That's not fun, man. All right.
And now I'm riding in the elevator again. And now I'm going back into the radio station. This is exhilarating.
This is fun times.
Oh, sorry. Over the wrong way. People are going to get sick.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
So Cindy is not happy with you.
Why?
Says you crazy man and no hat or coat. You didn't even put a coat on.
I mean, she's not wrong.
Yeah.
She's not wrong at all.
And then Brenda, see, you're getting all these moms upset.
Sorry.
Because you're being a bad role model. What about all those young Katy Country listeners are going to watch this video now?
I know.
Because, the Mad Rock listeners will watch this. They're going to do it whether their mom tells them not to or not. So, whatever. But anyway.
I know. I know there's a lot of Katy Country listeners that they look at me as their grandkid or their son, and they're like, what are you doing? And trust me, I will get a text from my own mother going, what are you doing?
What were you thinking?
What's happening?
Will you get one from your wife, too, whenever she sees it? Because people are going to text her, Jenny, did you see what your husband did?
Yeah,
went outside, going to get sick.
Yeah, he's going to get sick now.
Yeah.
Oh, man. But yeah, it'll be all right. I'll make it. But yeah, it's definitely cold outside. So, and by the way, Dave, I didn't even wear my big coat today because we all have a big coat.
We do.
There's no.
You didn't wear that?
It should be a stand-up comedy routine. Everybody has a big coat. It's not a coat. It's a big coat.
The big coat. Yeah.
The big coat.
Yeah.
So I just wore a pullover, and but you need a disclaimer. Kids, don't be Zach. Ain't that the truth, Mel? Ain't that the truth? Yeah, this is what Mel just said. Yeah. Stay in school, kids.
Don't be like Zach. Be more like Big Dave. Not the fat part, just staying inside where it's warm.
Oh, my gosh. Well, on that note, I need some food, Dave, and
I need more coffee.
More coffee, yeah. So
thanks for joining us, everybody. Please be safe out there.
Yes.
Please.
And don't be like Zach.
It's still out there, and it's going to be out there for a while.
Mm-hmm.
Not fun. See you guys later.
Enjoy that sleet and snow.